Welcome to this Word of Hope. It's Wednesday, May 6th, and welcome back to St. Dominic's. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, but I'd like to have us then focus on today and tomorrow, which you'll be hearing from me too. We have these sort of parallel days with readings. What's happening in the Acts of the Apostles is going to be the beginnings of what is going to become the first council. The first way in the church is figuring out itself and how it's going to govern and deal with real life questions as the church is beginning and being reborn. But to accompany that, we get these two very familiar readings and this imagery that St. John gives us in his gospel. Jesus talks about branches and vines. There's this life, as plants often and show us, there's this life that he is inviting us to. And when he uses this phraseology around vines and branches, there's actually something incredibly intimate. I am the vine, you are the branches. In tomorrow's gospel, he talks about love and his remain in my love as I remain in the Father and my love with the Father and the Father's love in me. Remain in me and remain in my love. And for what purpose? So that your joy may be abundant and your joy may be complete. There's a great tenderness here. There's a great affection. I think to understand this relationship between Jesus, the Father, and us, we really have to look at the Bible as a whole to understand sort of the overarching structure. When you look at this, the Bible begins with marriage language. We have this story of Adam and Eve. At the very end of the creation of Eve, we get this sort of side note from the author talking about, and this is why a man leaves his mother and father and joins the woman to be, and the two become one. There's this side note about, at the very beginning of our creation, something about marriage, something about that connection, that union is so important. Now let's go to the very end of the book of Revelation. The last image that is used is marriage language. It's a giant wedding feast. Who is the bridegroom? The Lamb, Jesus. Who's the bride? Us, the church. The whole understanding of Jesus' love with the Father, there is this idea of self-gift. And in the Bible is a story about God wanting to marry us from the very beginning and to achieve it through the end. And we've had a rocky relationship in the middle, but it is that God never abandons. There is always this hope in God. There is this drive about why he sends his son as a divine declaration of love. Your humanity is worth me taking on. We need to understand these teachings of Jesus, the use of life and this intimate connection of branches and vines, and that call to remain in me. I will never divorce you. I will never abandon you. To understand how the church, which we'll hear a little bit about tomorrow, understood the way it began to govern in this new reality with an ascended Christ and being filled with the Spirit. But today, just reflect on that knowledge and that yearning of God that we hear through Jesus, of that intimacy that he wants, the intimacy of divine love, of a divine marriage with us. Know your worth. Never doubt it. God bless.